Reapers Underground. We hope you survive.
After this past weekend's Nashville Horror Con, it was a blast. But in a few moments, I'm going to be bringing on the cast and crew, some of them anyway, for the upcoming sequel to Attack of the Corn Zombies. It is Return of the Corn Zombies. And as you know, I've been so excited about reprising Reaper Zombie back to do this one. But real quick, we're just going to show you a little bit of a highlight reel from this past weekend's Nashville Horror Con, and then a couple of things that you can get from yours truly, the Big Bad Devil Daddy himself.
Taco Bell.
So as you can see, it was a lot of fun, and I got to meet one of my childhood heroes, and the reason that I even wanted to get into films for the most part, C.J. Graham from Friday the 13th Part 6. But there are new shirts out that you cannot get in my store, and I wanted to let you know that you can actually order those straight from me at Reapers Underground Facebook page, and that is this bad boy right here. Which was drawn by Johnny Necro of the Frozen Dead comics. And then also the new Morgrot Entertainment shirts are ready to go. You can get those from me. Just message me through the Facebook page there, and you can definitely get yours. All right, let's bring them on. So give me a couple seconds as there's a lot of folks coming in. We got one. There we go. Let's see, two. We're getting there. Sorry about my pad being slow. Let me know if you hear a delay. Let me see here. There we go. And we got one more to go. Goodness. All right. How is everybody doing this evening?
Great. Thanks so much for having us.
Splendid.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right. There he is. Okay. Looks like a lot of the usual addicts have shown up in the comment section. So as always, everybody out there in Morgrot land, make sure that if you have a question, feel free to ask at any time. Good evening, Cody, Rebecca, Aaron, Kyler, Paul Nada in the house. Man, feels like it's been forever. And let's see, and Aaron as well, if I missed you. All right. So, Jeffrey McCarthy, what's up? He says brains, team dead. I love it. We're going to have to hashtag that and do it constantly from here on out. All right. Oh, so sorry to hear that, Kyler. He's just getting over a hangover. Well, hopefully we'll nurse you back to health there, man. That's why I always say, not too many, man.
Thoughts and prayers, Kyler. Thoughts and prayers, brother.
Exactly right. Oh, my goodness. So we did this last year, but it was for Attack of the Corn Zombies. And I was just talking to Ann about this earlier. The success of that first film has just been ridiculously awesome. Feedback has been good. I mean, sure, you're going to have haters here and there, but I mean, that's going to happen. But for the most part, though, 14K views on YouTube right now. Did you ever think that this is actually for Ann and Mia? Did you ever think that this was going to blow up the way it did?
I know, I sure didn't. I mean, you make something, you're proud of it, and you hope somebody watches it. And there's a lot of somebodies that have watched Attack of the Corn Zombies.
Yeah, I definitely was blown away by the amount of views it got, for sure.
Has anyone like reached out to you guys and been like, "Oh, this was so amazing. Thank you for making it," stuff like that?
Yeah, I've run into people. I've gone to a few horror conventions. I don't go to all that many, but people have come up to me and said, "Oh, I know you on Facebook. I've seen the movie. Tell me about how things happen behind the scenes. How did you do all the makeup on all those people? How did you film it in a week?" type of thing. So it's been a blast to talk about it.
Heck yeah! How about you, Mia?
Recently, I actually had someone that I've worked with in the past. He called me and he was like, "I was just scrolling through Prime and I saw your face on Attack of the Corn Zombies. What's that all about?" Like, he never even heard of it, but he just saw it scrolling through. I thought that was so neat.
Hell yeah! I think I actually paid the whatever the price was just because it was like, okay, it's on Prime. I gotta watch it. Because I don't know the next time any of the upcoming films I'm doing is going to make it there. It might be a Tubi situation at that point, but you never know. Yeah, that's awesome. And obviously, during my appearance tour this year, people know the AcroStar name. As soon as we start talking about it, because I do my little spiel at the table and let them know that I have copies of the film. And they're like, "Oh yeah, AcroStars. Those guys are awesome." So the name is getting out there in a major way. And I just had director Chris Shern on I think a couple weeks ago. And he's a huge fan of AcroStars. He knows you, Ann, and he's like, AcroStars get things done and out there. So I think that's another thing that helps a lot. So
yeah, we work hard to get the films out fast. I just said we work really hard to try to get them out quickly. Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that. And let's talk to the 3 new cast members to the Corn Zombie universe. We have Chris Kaler, Remya. I don't want to kill your last name, so I'll let you say it.
It's Keitlinger. Keitlinger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I probably won't forget that, so that's good. And then, of course, the illustriously great Mel Heflin is now a part of the cast as well. So you've probably seen some of these folks in some of the other AcroStar films. Have you done any with AcroStar, Chris?
I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I was in Disremembered. I'm a spoiler, so.
Okay.
If you've seen it, you'll know it. And if you did see it, no, that wasn't me. That was somebody just as handsome.
Man, I was in and out that whole day, so I would catch parts of it because my wife was watching it. So I was like, okay, I can take a break, get a breath or whatever, check it out a little bit, and then I had to move on. So I probably missed all the best parts.
In my case, no, you didn't. So
see, that's why I'm always putting makeup on.
Not gonna help in my case.
That's hilarious. He also says, "I disremember this." Nice. All right.
Try the chicken.
Everything.
He's here all week.
Right. I guess so. Oh, Cody Tudor in the house. You know Mel pretty well, don't ya?
We're
Good.
buddies. We're besties.
That's right. He is just the nicest guy ever. I met him when we were in OKC for the Tattoo Fest. That was pretty awesome. So gave him a whole bunch of Reaper goodies. It was a great time. And Remya, have you worked with Acrostar before? Or?
Yes, so I was recently in the second anthology, the splintered anthology of Inner Beauty. And I played the role of Jennifer, and it was a wonderful experience. So I'm so excited to be here again.
Absolutely. And then, Mel, if you want to tell everybody out there in the Morgrat universe what you've done with Acrostars.
I got to work on Night of the Dead Sortie Babes, and it was like a highlight of my year for sure.
Absolutely. And a lot of eyes on that one, too. I think that's going to be another diamond in the rough for Acrostars.
I wonder why.
Well, that's because, Anne and Lynn are just awesome monsters. No, honestly, the whole cast, just phenomenal. It's going to be a great film. It's definitely a little bit of a different take on some of those classics from way back in the 90s. It's funny for me to say that because when I think of classics, I go back to the 60s. So I guess nowadays the 90s is considered classics. So, man, anyway, showing my age just a little bit. All right. Let's see here. Kyler says, by the way, you are all friends now. You're stuck with us. Oh, okay. So, welcome to Reapers Underground. Everybody's super cool here. All right. So, what brought about the idea to make a sequel? Because usually there's not a whole lot of sequels that get made. Not necessarily, because a lot of indie film. I've seen them go all the way up to 9, 10, whatever. But especially for Acrostar films, I think you guys only made one sequel, and that was for They Came Back From Somewhere. Is that right?
That's right.
So what kind of pushed this one over the top?
Well, we've had such a successful run on YouTube with Attack of the Corn Zombies that Steve Herman just felt like it was probably the right thing to do. We get so many compliments about the film. It was nice that we could involve a lot of extras as zombies and townspeople, so that the cast itself is really huge. There's like the main cast, and then if you include all those other people, it's like almost 50 people in the cast. So that's a lot of supporters built in, really, like yourself.
Absolutely. I knew it was a winner just from the experience of being there. That rainy weekend. It was so cool because we were driving up and we're like, and it's a rainstorm to end all rainstorms, and didn't think we were going to get there to enough time and all that. And then suddenly, everything, the clouds opened up and the sun came out, and we were able to do it. And it was just everybody, all the team members, cast and crew, everyone was so cool. What were some of your favorite moments from that first one, Mia?
Good question. I really liked when I was not filming and I was off to the side, and then I could see all the zombie extras tormenting the actual townspeople of Farmer City. There would be a car driving by, and then the zombies would go and go running after them. And then Anne had to tell them, "Stop chasing the cars. You're going to make them keep coming back."
I think my favorite moment that we terrorized some folks is when we all decided to go in makeup to Subway, because that was the only place to get food, and all of us zombies come walking in there. And some people kind of like fell back against the wall for a second. And then some of them were like, "Are you guys filming something? Oh, you guys are all in a movie? How cool is that?" Some people would come to the door, look inside and go, "Mm-mm, next place." I mean, you can't buy that kind of exposure, really. So that was really cool. And then to see how this has blossomed so much. I guess let's talk a little bit about what the premise for this sequel is.
Really, the premise is survival. This is several years after the first film, and basically, it's apocalyptic. Zombies everywhere. There's no electricity. There's no food. People are trying to get to what is assumed to be a safe haven, so that they can be protected. So that's where everybody's journeying to at the beginning, and sometimes things are not what you expect them to be.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's so many different twists you can do with this idea. Because, what would that look like? I mean, it happened in 69, and now it's like several years in the future. So that'd be like, what, 77, 78, which is why I've been putting 70s classic rock in all the advertisements, because that's the first thing I think of. So yeah, let's see here. Austin, we got so many comments going on out here, it's ridiculous. Austin says, I'm surprised they didn't think Jared was coming back from the dead. Oh my goodness. So apparently they ate up that Subway story. They're just having a blast with it out there. Jeffrey says, how many extras is the cast up to today?
Last time I checked, I was close to having 40 extras that are signed up so far.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Is there a goal that you're all trying to reach as far as how many?
100.
I think we can get it. I mean, you're almost halfway there.
Keep eating Subway.
Well, matter of fact, I just had it today.
So did I.
Yeah, see? It's in the air, man.
Now that would be Taco Bell.
Yeah. So this is going to be Mia's first time directing. So what made you want to direct it?
What made me want to direct this?
Mm-hmm.
SJ offered, and I never wanted to turn down an opportunity. I just had my directorial debut for theater back last September out in California. And so, yeah, thank you. And I had taken a directing class my senior year of college, and so that had been the only experience that I've had directing. And so when SJ offered, I was like, oh, okay, film directing is going to be a totally different game, and I'm so up for the challenge. I'm really pumped about it.
No, that's really cool because I've talked to a lot of actors, and a lot of actors don't want to be behind the camera. They would rather be in front of it. So it's really cool to see that some of you are kind of stepping in and doing both roles, especially down the road if you end up writing something yourself. You've already got that experience. And yeah, definitely. I've always kind of feel like those that act kind of have an idea of how things should look. You know what I mean? For scene.
And don't get me wrong, I love being in front of the camera too. I mean, I love the attention.
Right.
But it feels really good to have like some sort of creative control to how it turns out too. It's like a puzzle piece, seeing where all the pieces can fit together.
Definitely. So, Chris, what drew you to wanting to try out for this film?
I've been kicked off of every other casting couch. So basically, when I offered myself to Mia, she passed me off to Steve. He passed me back to me, and they decided, screw it, just put him in the movie. We won't have to deal with him until we're actually shooting. So,
have you? Right. No, that's cool. Have you done, some serious horror like this before?
Yes. Like the last 25 years.
Nice. Awesome. How about you, Remya?
Oh, yeah. So I've always been drawn to horror films. So when I saw this opportunity, I was really thrilled about it. And after seeing the first movie, I mean, of course, why would you not? It's just so cool. And then after having worked with this group, on the previous short film, I'm just so excited to work with everyone once again. And also explore this character. I'm really excited to portray Dottie.
Nice. And we'll get into that in a little bit. How about you, Mel?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Although
SJ
answer
contacted me and asked me if I wanted to come be a part of this, and I was like, absolutely, that sounds ridiculous. So I watched the first one, and it was everything I wanted it to be. So I'm just happy to be here.
I've always been kind of premising this to folks that haven't heard of it before, especially at cons. I'm like, it's kind of like Night of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead got together and hung out, because you get a little bit of that comedy factor, but you also get some serious moments too. And then, of course, all the awesome gore, Oh, man, I could not agree with you more, Aaron. Aaron says, a great feeling on set and respect for each other always makes the projects better. Absolutely.
And quiche.
Oh, okay.
You and that
And,
quiche.
Hey, I'm holding out, man.
I'll tell you what. Jeffrey, this is going to bring the heat to, not sure what that acronym stands
Zombies
for.
of the Corn Zombies, right?
Oh,
Is that it?
Huh?
I think it's a typo.
Oh.
I think it's supposed to be ROTCZ.
Oh, that makes
Return
sense.
of the Corn Zombies.
Have you been drinking, Jeffrey?
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder.
I'm not going to lecture. Let's just say we're all very disappointed with you with the Corn Zombie family.
Right. What side are you on, man?
My side.
Well, oh my goodness. Good answer, man. Good answer. The dead cat. But they can open doorknobs though occasionally. So we all know the location, setting that we had for that first one. How about we talk a little bit about the location for this one and how that's going to be a bit different to kind of bring this apocalyptic flavor to life.
Okay, so we have the house that we've used in the past, but this time there's no electricity. So I'm looking at like hurricane lanterns and candles and things like that will light what you see on screen. And the people who run the homestead kind of get to stay in the house, and everybody else from the homestead gets to stay in kind of the barn. So there's another structure on that property that we're using that we have not used before. And then we also have access to downtown Farmer City. So we're going to block off the street and have, some large hordes.
Nice.
And then we also have access to the county fairgrounds, kind of carte blanche access to that. So we can stage things in various buildings and locations on the fairgrounds.
Oh, fantastic. Kind of gives us a little bit a look as to, he goes, shh. Nah, not giving away too much now. They don't know what it looks like. Stop it. But just kind of an idea that it's going to be a much different look. Now, would you say it would be a little bit darker than the first one? Kind of a little bit more?
Yes, much darker. No hippies getting stoned the whole time. That's like not really a thing in this movie. Well, sorry, Chris. I mean, a little. A wee bit of weed.
A little goes a long way.
Yeah. But the levity is not there in this one. It's much more dark and serious.
Nice. Because I definitely feel, we were able to create that feeling of you were in, 1969 in this little town. And I have no doubt that we're going to be able to bring that darker look. Because now we're talking about survival. Which is kind of a double-edged sword, because not only do you have to worry about zombies, but you got to worry about each other too. And if anybody's got dark secrets and stuff like that, I mean, there's so many different ways. We don't know yet, so you're just gonna have to wait. So Chris, tell us a little bit about your character.
I'm the stoner guy who's looking for weed in the apocalypse. Go figure. But I've got an amazing partner in Shonda Rawlings, and she's such a sweetheart, and I can't wait to work with her. And I'm learning how to play the sitar just for this movie because it's very 1960s. So, and that's probably the scariest thing about the whole movie, I would think. So,
actually, that sounds very cool. It's like the entire world could fall, but man, the leaf will continue to grow.
Hey, that's my character. What can I say?
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, shoot, everybody needs a little something to get them through an apocalypse, don't you think?
We'll find out.
Right. Awesome. Remya, tell us a little bit about Dottie, if that is what you said before. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dottie curates a semi-nurturing environment, if you will. So she helps to lead instead. And you'll just have to watch the film to find out more, guys. I can't give anything away. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Definitely looking forward to seeing you bring that character to life.
Oh, yeah.
How about you, Mel?
I am the exact opposite of what they said. I am this absolute no nonsense, like nothing's funny. I'm going to use every one of your secrets against you. You're going to love to hate me as Betty.
I'm going to say, stick that knife in somebody's back already. I like it. I mean, there's always somebody like that. You think about some of the greatest, zombie flicks since black and white days, Night of the Living Dead. There's always somebody that's gonna try to, either lead or try to step over somebody in order to, make sure that that person themselves and anybody that's with them is going to be safe. Sometimes it's good to have that kind of a character. That dichotomy is always fun. There's always got to be a character that you just don't like. I can remember some people saying that about the first one. There was a couple of characters. I think one character, might have been one character that they're like, oh man, I knew she was bad. So that's really cool to have. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and show everybody just a little bit of a glimpse into what we are about to create. Check it out.
While we continue to monitor this developing story, we have nothing new to report since communication went silent. The last transmission received was for everyone to shelter in place and travel only if life or limb are threatened. We will continue bringing you the latest information until it is no longer safe to do so. This is Steve Romeo, hoping I am not signing off for the last time using these words. Do not eat the corn.
Need to unmute.
But
There you go.
man, oh, okay. I was going to say, there might be a slight delay here and there, so I do apologize for that. Everyone out there in the comment section seems to really dig that so far. And Jeffrey apparently thinks that Mel is the one that's going to survive. I don't know. You're just going to have to wait and see. Oh, shoot. Austin says, because she has so much love to give, hearty har har. I'm not exactly sure where we're going with that, but knowing you, I think I do. All right.
Shame on you, Austin. Shame on you.
Right. Cody said, weed zombies would be funny as hell. Yes, where suddenly pot leaves just start growing out of the sides of our faces. That would be great. That's one thing I've definitely noticed before, talking with people when I'm pitching the film idea to them before they decide to buy a copy. And they go, corn? And honestly, I don't know why everybody laughs at that. How many Oreos? Really? Well, actually, I kind of thought the idea was genius because nobody ever touched upon that. You think about the biplanes that run chemicals over, the farmlands. What happens if it drops something that is that toxic and suddenly people mutate? I mean, that's a possibility, right?
I put my tinfoil hat on and I avoid the question. What? Chemtrails, man. It's all chemtrails.
It's in it's in the wheelhouse. I think it is. I really do. But
the property value just went down.
These excellent comments out here is crazy. Some of them I don't want to put up, and that's okay. Aaron says, I do want to get you to do a cameo, Cody, in my movie. Oh, cool. Well, look at that. They're doing business out there. That's fantastic. Apparently, Jeffrey thought chemtrails, is something that is totally possible. Way to go, Jeff. All right. So funding for this film, right? So funding for this film is currently going on. There is an Indiegogo. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of these killer perks that you have?
All right, I will get the list in front of me because there's so many. We like to make sure that people get something for their contribution and it's something that they want. So we have a variety of IMDb credits for folks that are looking for that. We have some physical things like posters, download the film, DVDs, Blu-rays, and then you can go all in and actually be in the film in several ways. You could have your photo in the film as somebody who was a missing person. So there's going to be like missing person flyers around. You can have a speaking role in the film and act with some of our main talent in a scene. And you can have an on-set visit where basically you would shadow me for the day. I've got one person doing that so far. I'll take one more. I can show you everything that goes on behind the scenes, give you work to do if you want to do some work. And then kind of the highest level is a presented by credit. So at the very beginning of the film, as the title comes up, it would say presented by. Right now it's Stag Mountain Films and Acrostar Productions. We could add your production company or your name to that list as well. And then we have a fun perk, and people have taken care of the female cast members in this, but you could still
no shit.
you could still feed a survivor. So poor Hunter Redfern and Christopher are starving.
I look like it.
And we need somebody to feed them, and they'll do a special video. They'll do a special video for you on set that's directed to you, and you get to. The idea is to watch them eat food out of a can, food of their choice. Of course, Christopher picks quiche because then I would have to spend several hours making it.
I gotta get somebody to shadow you just to keep bugging you about that on set the whole time.
Okay, that's fair.
Where's my bad checkbook?
You know what I mean? He could have been like, I need crepes, or some kind of a squash dish.
I'm a simple man. I have simple needs.
There's always, you get enough people together, there's always a diva.
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I
Point
see
it the wrong
some
way.
dissension going on. I see some dissension. Oh my goodness. Austin
yeah,
says
just
when it
if you could just search for Return of the Corn Zombies on Indiegogo and help us out. We really need a lot of money to put the level of special effects into this that we want, and we're not there yet. So we want our zombies to look more decayed and scarier than in Attack of the Corn Zombies. So that
yeah,
would
we
help
were
us
still
out.
fresh. We were
Yeah.
still
I
fresh.
posted
back
the link in
then.
the comments.
Yep.
Austin says, when it comes to business, every opportunity is a business opportunity. Rather, it's a comment section, a bathroom, etc. I applaud Jeff on the nice job. Apparently, Jeff's cracking them up out there. Nicely done, Jeff. Actually, Jeff has a question as well. He says, who is the diva going to be in September? Spill the tea. My goodness.
Well, Chris is the only
Throw a dart.
one being a diva right now about the food, but he's just kidding.
Am I, Ann?
So in an apocalypse, Remya, what would be your go-to?
Oh, let's see. I mean, I need some sort of weapon, right? So, how about an axe? An axe sounds pretty cool. Swing that around,
Sure, absolutely. What food would you be looking for? What would you be trying to get your hands on?
Ooh, for some reason, beans just popped into mind. So beans, like a can of beans, you get your protein. Yeah, it might smell, but hey, at least I'm real well.
That's why we can have nice things.
Well, there's your weapon. I mean, just turn around, grab a lighter, and flick it.
Just a double threat.
I love it. Mel, how about weapon of choice?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with, those wire clay tools with the wooden handles. Just it fits right in your pocket. It's really lightweight, and you can just pop a head off like that.
And it's quiet. Because the last thing you want to do is be using a shotgun or any gun in that case, because what do we know? Zombies are attracted to sound. Yeah, and it's probably a lot easier to flee with something that's a lot, lightweight. So, how about you, Ann? What would be your go-to?
I'd like to see if I could take him out with a slingshot.
Old school. All right. Are you a good aim?
Absolutely not.
But she said try.
I could try, yes. I could always throw it at them, if I get desperate.
Right. Aaron apparently likes Remya's comment there. He says, beans are good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you don't starve. Awesome. Kyler says, always go for a machete, a hatchet, and a big knife as a backup. That's not bad choices, really. Cool. So, Mia, what would be your go-to in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, I'm not strong and I'm not fast, so my only tool is my own wit. I can yap my way out of anything. So I think if I can make an alliance with the zombies and come to a logical understanding, then I'll just have a bunch of pets.
Like zombie pets. I like it.
Sycophants.
Petting zoo.
Right on.
My weapon is that I'm a cult leader, and that's what I would work with.
Sign me up.
Not like we haven't seen that happen before as well in so many different zombie films. So it could work. Aaron says, I would take a katana and a good shotgun and a lot of bear traps. That's not a bad idea. I guess if you're going to fortify yourself in one place, sure. You just got to make sure that if you get chased, you don't run into any of them. That'd be the only thing I'd worry about. Nice. Loving the answers here. Okay. Wait. Oh, Jeffrey says, talk to me, I'm dead, Corn. No, the zombies in this are definitely not looking for Corn, that's for sure. All right. Shoot. Let's see here. So you guys have a lot more other casts that we're going to be showing a few more on Friday. So I just wanted to get the picture up there real quick to show everybody.
We're much prettier, so.
We're so beautiful together.
You know?
We're going to take one of those family portraits like you used to have at Sears or wherever.
So many different characters, all different ages as well, which I think is going to make it a very dynamic story. Let's just kind of go around. Each of you kind of give your thoughts on what is going to make this sequel so much more special than a lot of things we've seen already, like The Walking Dead, stuff like that. How do you think this one's going to stand out? There's one we've not heard before. Interesting. All right, we'll start with you, Ann.
I think this will be a great sequel because it's not just more of the same story that we told in the original one. It is a story that is a continuation, but goes in a totally different direction.
Nice. All right. How about you, Mia?
I think just the indie campiness of it is so charming that it's not like all the big budget zombie movies that you see where they're clearly like so serious about what we're doing, and it's like we're serious about what we're doing in terms of the art of it, but we're also self-aware that like we have a very limited budget in certain ways, so we just take what we got and run with it. And if parts of it look silly, that's just all the more charm there is to it.
Absolutely. I love the fact that it's not so serious, and I think that is, like you said, the charm of it, because that's what definitely drew people in on the first one, you know. Yeah. But it was still like, wow, this is pretty big for, you know, not a major budget. So how about you, Chris? What do you think is going to make this one stand out?
I don't have to play an abusive redneck for once. This is like the first film, like in 10 films, that it's like, hey, we got a great role for you. Can you play the asshole stepfather or whatever? It's like, again, sure. So I've been cursed with that lately. So this will be nice to actually do something different for a change.
Yeah.
Until I start playing that Sit Tower, then that'll keep the zombies away. And the cast and the crew and the townsfolk and the everybody.
Hell yeah. All right. How about you, Renya?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of something for everyone. So like Mia just said, it's very campy. There's comedy, there's action, it's emotional. You're just going to feel a lot of different things, scene to scene. So I feel like all the viewers, you'll find something that really just sticks out to you and drives it home. And it'll be very entertaining, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to everybody yet, and already I can kind of get a sense of, you know, each character having their own story, and you know, that's going to resonate, I think, with viewers. They're going to find that one or maybe 2, 3 people that they're going to be like, that's my people or whatever, you know. So that's always really cool too. Mel.
Well, what I think is amazing about the sequel is I think that everybody that wants to be involved in some way can find a way to be involved with us. You know, it's not just a situation of you're just watching it on TV. You can talk with us. You can see our behind the scenes pictures. You have so many opportunities to connect and be involved with us while this is getting made.
Absolutely. That's why you definitely got to get to Indiegogo Morgrot Universe. And it doesn't matter if you got the biggest dollar or the littlest dollar. Any way that you can contribute to this film being made, you are supporting it, which makes you a part of it. And just like Mel said, definitely, there are so many different ways to be involved. Now, do you think that there's going to be those really cool cards that came out? It's like I just happened to go through the group the other day, and now there's signed ones too. How did that come about, Anne?
There's this guy, Previn Wong, who donated to our campaign, and he really loved the movie and explained to me about this digital trading card app that he created and asked if we could, become part of that. And I'm like, like, what do I need to do? He's like, nothing. Just give me a copy of the movie. I'll pull stills. I gave him the digital signatures to add to them, and he wants to do another AcroStar film. I don't know which one we'll do next, but it's amazing. Yeah, I'm on a trading card. That's really cool.
Oh, imagine the trading cards you get from sorority babes.
Yeah.
We'd want to trade those.
Open eyes. I could very, very easily see, especially the different characters that are in this one. I could see a card being made for each one. And since we're going to be up in the game as far as effects now, let's go ahead and tell everybody who's actually doing the special effects this time around.
Yes, it'll be Beth Metcalf again. So she did the zombie makeup for Attack of the Corn Zombies, and she's going to do it again for Return of the Corn Zombies. And we're going to go with, hopefully, if we can afford what we want, more of a decayed look to the zombies rather than freshly dead. And so she's working up some ideas, and then also just for the, there will be some deaths in the film. For those kills, she's working on strategizing exactly how to pull that stuff off to the effect that we would like to see.
Still, one of my favorite scenes from the first one is when her fingers get bit off. That was so great. It's like the blood just never stopped.
Yeah, we made quite the mess. Yeah, but we cleaned it all up. Every little bit of it.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, the bathtub was just amazeballs. Loved it. Fantastic. So let's just go ahead and go around and we don't want to pick too many now, do we? What are some of? We'll pick two favorite zombie movies or TV series since we have both. So we'll start with Anne.
My favorite is the original Night of the Living Dead.
Yes. Sweet. Do you have a second favorite?
Not really.
Okay. So
you're supposed to say Attack of the Corn Zombies.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, cut. Can we start this over?
That's actually Anne's least favorite.
Go ahead, Mia.
My favorite zombie movie would definitely be Zombieland, just because I grew up with it. And instead of answering a TV show or another movie, I'm gonna say a video game, which is the Telltale Games, The Walking Dead. Makes me cry like a baby.
Yeah, I think I played through that one like six or seven times.
I know, same. Did you play through the sequel too?
No, I never did. I meant to, and I don't know. Life happened.
You gotta play it.
And I
bro.
I got to
see the story through. I mean, there's I think 4 sequences of it.
Okay,
so
let's
good.
go on the list.
It's hard.
I got Clementine on my baby names list someday.
All right, hell yeah. All right, Chris. How about you?
Night of the Living Dead, of course, would be the all-time favorite, and second would either be probably Shaun of the Dead, or even though they're not technically zombies, 28 Days Later, because that was pretty goddamn scary.
That one does fall into the zombie realm, and that is surprisingly a favorite of a lot of people.
So they have good taste, obviously. You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, Remya, how about two of your favorite zombie films or television shows?
Yeah, so I do like Shaun of the Dead, and this kind of falls into the realm of zombies, but not quite zombies. But The Last of Us, that TV adaptation was really great. I really enjoyed it, and same with the video game. It's pretty cool.
Yes, definitely. The video game is where I started with that. Still haven't seen the show. I don't know. I don't know if I would like it as well on the big screen as I do in the video game, because I just feel like the video game did such a phenomenal job. But I have heard good things, so I may have to give that a shot. Cool. How about you, Mel?
This is one of the hardest questions because I love zombie movies. But I think I'm going to have to go with the Dawn of the Dead remake, just because that zombie baby scene was just top notch. The zombie baby. It was a
that
moment.
Cast fantastic too. Holy shit balls. I don't think if anyone else would have played in those roles, it wouldn't have went as good as it did.
And I guess the Left 4 Dead video game.
Yeah. I was so excited when Mia brought up games. So now other folks have been saying it too. So to hear Left 4 Dead, I mean, me and my oldest son, we probably spent hundreds of hours playing it online with other people. My goodness.
I have so many internet friends from that game.
Also, honorable mention to Dead Rising.
That's a
Last Day on Earth is also a great zombie game if you haven't played that yet either. So
Absolutely.
that's been around for
Which one is
5
it?
years now. Last Day on Earth.
Have
It's
not.
basically a role-playing game, and you get to build your little fort stuff and go out, and there's side quests, and I was addicted to that for a really long time before they kept updating it, and my phone wouldn't play it anymore, and I just got a new phone. It's like, don't start again, don't start again, don't start, and of course, I keep tapping back in. It's like,
And
oh,
now
cool,
you're
my
thinking
character's
about
still
it.
there, and there's just like so much to catch up on at this point. It's like, oh, you know what, you've got stuff to do.
Awesome. Yep, that's going on the list. I have the same problem with the Halloween game for your phone. I don't know if anyone's got that official one yet on their phone, but it's awesome. It's like Candy Crush, but as you get lower on, how many tries you have left to get all the things, Michael is coming down the stairs, and if you don't make it, he knifes you to death, and it's brutal. I love it. So yeah, definitely got the same problem going with that too, because
I will check it out and get nothing done.
That's typically how that works. Yes. All righty. So definitely everybody out there in the Morgrat universe, stay peeled. Where do we want them to go besides the Indiegogo campaign to find updates on Return of the Corn Zombies?
We have a Facebook group, and we post to that at least once a day. So if you go to Facebook and search for Acrostar, or go to acrostarproductions.com, and then we have links to social media there.
Awesome. All right. It has been an absolute pleasure having all of you with me tonight. I wish us all luck.
We need it.
It's going to be a killer ride, and no short of over the top awesome, I guarantee. So since there's so many of us, it will take a few moments. What is the lasting message you want to put out about this film and any other Acrostar films that you might be involved in? So it's shameless plug time. We'll start with Ann.
We finish what we start. So if you see something interesting that we're working on, we are guaranteed to actually get that film finished and out to you as soon as we can.
Awesome. Mia?
My general note isn't even about the particular film, but just to pursue your creative endeavors. This team is all full of people who are passionate about what they do and have gone so far with it because of making connections. So if you want to do something, just like look for it and manifest it, and it'll come around. There's a difference between a dream and a goal. A goal you got a day on the calendar for, and all this stuff that we're putting out, these are all goals. They're achievable.
Hell yeah. How about you, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Come for the corn, stay for the quiche.
I think we're going to have to hashtag quiche every time we talk about Return of the Corn Zombies online because I just feel like that's going to go viral. So we will definitely do that. How about you?
So nobody will feed me in the Indiegogo.
I know, man. Time's running out.
Yeah, all I can think about right now is how I really just want to try that quiche. Like, man, I hear so much about the quiche. I need to try it.
You listening to this, Ann?
Maybe with a little bit of corn in it too. I don't know. Maybe it could be a nice little mouth. Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess
We are going to get along great.
great. Yeah, I look forward to this.
Now it's going to be made a t-shirt. You understand that, right? Don't eat the corn, eat the quiche. See? All right. And Mel?
I know this is probably a cliche, but get ready to see me unlike you've never seen me before in Return of the Corn Zombies.
Absolutely. I don't think that is too far off because so many times, like Chris has talked about being somebody's redneck stepdad a million times or whatever. Sometimes so many of us just depends, are getting casted for like the same type of stuff. So seeing everyone, and I mean, that's what I'm most excited about is seeing everybody in a different character that they're not used to doing. And I think it's going to be 100% genuine. And I'm going to try to eat all of you. So that's what makes it fun for me. I don't know. We'll just have to see who I end up feasting upon guts and all that wonderful stuff. So I want to thank you all so much for taking your time to sit down with me in the underground. And this isn't it, Morgrot Universe. Get ready because Friday night we're going to have a whole new fresh batch of people that are going to be involved in the cast and crew for this upcoming sequel. I know just from talking to people for the last month that they are just so excited to see this film and they are going to support it. I know a lot of my fans out there have already bought perks, which is friggin' awesome. I love that shit. Because it's not just me, it's for all of us, everybody that's involved. You guys are making these films possible, and we love y'all so much for doing that. And thank you guys for choosing Reapers Underground for your hump day night entertainment, and I totally appreciate that. But coming tomorrow, we got the legendary puppet master Dr. Death himself, Bill D. Russell, coming to the underground for the first time. So
that guy never shuts up. Never.
Right? It's a triple shot Reapers Underground week. And get ready.
Earplugs.
We're going to pour. It's going to be a blast. So now, as you guys are getting ready to go into your, what is it? Yes, Thursday morning commute. If you're going to work and you're about to go to sleep with visions of zombies and people that are running from them, just remember to always stay heavy.